Okay, just started the stream up. If anyone would like to participate. Just getting Windows in order still. So it's been one hell of a day. Started last night in futures. Let's go through all of that as well. Futures market. See if I can just do that. Oops, not that one. Let's go to SPY futures. Get another screen open. Show the SPY. That there. That's the 5-minute chart you're looking at there. Hey, what's going on? I'm still holding. Jay. Holding your calls. Is that what you're referring to? Is that what you mean there? This one. This one. Yes. Can you hear me okay? Hopefully you can. Oh, okay. All right. So you can hear me. Man, that was one hell of a day, man. One hell of a day. So, oh boy. Let's just see what happens into close here. Here's the 5-minute chart. These suckers. I'm just wondering. We still got another 40 minutes until closing bell. Okay, loud and clear. Sold some puts. So you actually sell. You're a seller. You're not a. You didn't buy puts. You actually sold puts. Is that what you're referring to? So, oh, look at that. Well, these guys are being so sneaky. You sneaky dogs. So, here's the 1 hour SPY futures. Look at that. Earlier when I did the video, it came down past it. And now it's curling right at it. See that right there? Negative 20. It's curling right at it. Oh, you sold some of your March puts. Gotcha. Oh, I see. Oh, gotcha. So you made some money on that today. Now. We were making See that on SPY futures? Get that out of the way. We are clearly making, that's a lower low. See what I mean? That's a lower low. So, agreed on the way down, a little rally, and a little rally happened. Got some puts in there. Major red day. I mean, the Dow's only down negative 430 right now. So yep. Yeah. Let's see. So let's see what the 4 hour looks like now that the 1 hour seems to be curling. Well, the 4 hour is still crossing below the right there. Yeah, that's still crossing. And what I find, as soon as the 4 hour starts to cross, that's it. You don't. I mean, you really don't reverse. I mean, this here is one exception. That's to create the notch, you know, from a big downfall right here. But we were coming from a top. See what I mean? Like right here, equivalent to right there. As soon as you start to separate, that's it. And we've already started to separate. See that? We've already started to separate. So, spread. Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. Hey, by the way, is that music too loud on your end? I mean, it doesn't sound too loud on my side. Turn it down a little bit. Hold on. Diversion on the indicator below the middle chart. The middle chart. Okay. Yeah, the 5 minute. We'll see. I think, I mean, what it's doing. See what it's doing right now in the 5 minute. It's clearly, but you got to wait for the back test. You got to wait for the back test. And these guys are suckers. Look at that. See what it's doing right now. It's coming right up against the 65 minute SMA 20, which was the SMA low. I tweeted out earlier this morning, so it's been a while, that I thought that's what it was going to go for. It's going for it right now. But I thought it would go for it much sooner than that. So. Man, this is... So, let's go back to the 1 hour. See, earlier I did the video, it was going down. Now it's curling and stopping right there at the negative 20 line. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. You basically cover yourself on both sides, just in case one side is wrong. Yep, I get it. Interesting. So, see all of this move up, this whole big leg. We'll see. I have my suspicions. I think it's gonna ultimately, when it's time to truly backtest, I think it's gonna. We'll see. It's gonna fail the EMA 50, the red line, because anytime you start this big move up from way down here like this, no, it's not gonna hold. Your strongest moves to successfully backtest the EMA 50, you need to start near the zero line, not start from way down here, right? So that's the way you got to do it. Let's see. But the only thing, yeah, it's last night was too much. See, this is last night futures market. Pull this down a little bit. There we go. That was the huge resistance I was talking about. For a minute, it overtook it. You know, for a little while, it overtook it because this is the hourly. So for a few hours, a couple hours, it overtook it, but ultimately failed right here on the back test, and then that was all she wrote. Yep, failed it. It's 315 right there. So man, what a trip. So yeah. Yeah, we need to see how this is going to play out right here. But let me show you guys. Yeah, see, the move that it's doing right now. See that? You know, it's been going down, and all of a sudden it just pops up like that. That's just impulsive. It's gonna come back down. It that's not a bottoming type of pattern. So yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen. I'll show you another example of an impulsive move like that. Let's see here. On the 5-minute chart. Yeah, see, here's an example. This is the 15th, Thursday, I think. Yeah, it was Thursday. Yep, 12:15. And so it comes down below the red line. It makes an impulsive move up. You know, it hangs out for a little while at the zero line, only to come back down. And that's what I think. That's what I think is going to happen to this one. Let's see. Is this? Yeah, this is during extended hours. Extended. And then in the wee hours at 2 a.m., it collapsed. Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen, because it's typical for a big down day for that type of pattern. See, so there's the red line that I drew, -8 on the 5-minute chart, and here, let's just so you can have a visual. Right there, here's today. Here's the -8 line. This is today. See that? Boom! It's just big move up. This is not a bottoming pattern. This is just more of stop falling for today, but tomorrow we're gonna fall again. That's what I think it is. See, so you get that in your mind. Below the -8, actually this blue line is -13. So came all the way down to the blue line. So let's, yeah, see. So see what we've been doing is, in this scenario, we're falling, and then you have a knee-jerk move up, and then here's extended hours trying to hang out in the zero line, but in the wee hours of the morning at 2 a.m. you collapse. And then this is 4 a.m. See, you try to come up again. 8 a.m. Oh, this is okay. It's 4 a.m. So you try to knee jerk, try to come up again. This is during trading hours, 12:16. That would have been a Friday. Yeah, you see, you try to go up. See, this type of move from coming from way down here, knee jerk, up, 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 zero line, and then up even more. That's usually a bad sign because you're now you've spent a lot of energy. Yeah, this is during, let's see. Yeah, 9:15. Well, this is the 5-minute chart. Oh, I remember this. This is quad witching day that last Friday. Yeah, it's you'll see. Ultimately, we went even lower right here. See that? More lows. See that? Because look at that, lower, 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 and then really low. Now, yeah, see, so, okay, so check this out. So this is lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. Do I stream market open? I haven't yet. No, I mean, oh, I probably could, but I have not. I haven't yet. Well, maybe did I do it one time? I think I did it. I planned on doing it. I did do it during the day once, but it wasn't right at market open. I think it was sometime mid-morning or so. Yeah. So if I do it at market open, I'd have to cut it short because last time I did it like all day. And so that was pretty exhausting actually. So you guys see this here? This is not a good sign. Today is the low on the MACD here on the 5-minute chart. This is a lower low than the starting point. See what I mean? That's not good. So we're just getting a typical knee-jerk reaction up. And notice we are now at resistance on the 65-minute SMA 20. Yep, we're getting some resistance. So, you see every time we go below this red line, more downside's coming. Even with a knee-jerk reaction here, like what we're having right now today. Here's the knee-jerk. Right there. More downside is coming, just like you saw right here. Knee-jerk, sideways chop in extended hours until 2 a.m. and then fall. Fall to even lower. See that? So, whoops. Don't want to go too far there. Let's see here. Let me show you other examples of. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, to start on 11:30. So this one didn't quite make it below the red line. That's why you stayed relatively flat. But even so, because this was such a huge move up, this one right here on the MACD on 11:30, huge move. Wasn't that the, let's see, 11:30, was that the CPI? Let me see. I think it was let me see. No, that was Jay Powell. I think that was when he gave his speech. Yeah, I think that was Jay Powell. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Jay Powell's speech. So it's good that you come live. Hello, welcome. Boy, I'm gonna mispronounce your first name. Ganif. You know, sorry if I mispronounce it. So, still respecting the trend line. Dawson, think you're still going up? Let me yeah, so 11:30 is when J Powell spoke. So here's why it's going to be a tough respecting. Right. So so here's the 1 hour chart. We have yet to make ever since yeah, FOMC. Yeah, 1214 FOMC. We have yet to make a higher low on the price action. And while it's possible, see, this is the 1 hour MACD. It's we're gonna have to see what happens with futures tonight. That's all I'm gonna say right for now, because as I was showing the guys, I don't know how much you guys saw, depending on when you joined, right? Um, see, it's respecting the 65-minute SMA 20 line. Came up, got hit, and it's going back down. So now the question is, the key. Oh, it's got about 20 minutes left. Are you going to be able to hold the EMA 50? Now you're in the backtest phase. So you started this way early, you know, long time ago, down here. You came all the way up here, got rejected on the 65-minute SMA 20 line. Because that is the low. Yeah, see, that's the low for on set 2 days ago on the 20th, right? That's the SMA 20 low, not the price low, but the SMA 20 low. That's why it shows that this horizontal line, and that's exactly where it got rejected at. So, let's just see. Let's see what, just all eyes on this red line, the red EMA 50 on the 5-minute chart. Let's just watch it. You know, we're gonna find out if it can hold it successfully, backtest to it. If it cannot, then that means it's not ready. It's not ready for a trend change. So let's just you know, wait it out on that one. Now, yeah, let me click refresh on this. I mean, or if there is good news to be had, see the negative 20 line. See, now earlier when I did the video, it was clearly going like right here. So now it's stopped right at negative 20 and it's curling up. So I mean, if you want to call that good news, sure. Yeah, because earlier it was most definitely, I was like, oh no. You know. So, okay, so that's a 1 hour chart. Let me jump back over to the 5-minute chart. And this is back on 12.2. Yeah, so the blue line is what happened today on the. This is not today though. You're looking at about 20 days ago on the 2nd of December. But the blue line is where I drew the low on the MACD today. So I'm just going back and looking and showing you guys previous patterns of what happens when you get to the blue line today. But more importantly, this red line, the negative 8 line on the 5 minutes chart that I designate as bearish. You cross below that line, the following day is also lower. Like in this example right here, you cross below the red line and you went to the blue line that we also went through today. You get an impulsive move up at the end of the day, which is exactly what we're getting right there. This is impulsive. You get the impulsive move back up, and then, in extended hours, you're kind of messing around. But ultimately, in extended hours, you're going to fade, like what happened here. Fade, lower, 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 and then you make a lower low the following day. So, okay, hold on a second. No, I'm sending a message to somebody. Okay, so here, this is one example on 12-2. See that? Big move down. Why don't I, just, go to today. See, okay, there's today. See that? Big move down to the negative 13 blue line. Come back up. So, here's the impulsive move you just saw. So you can expect futures to kind of like, oh, well, look, futures will look kind of maybe flattish for a while. But then the key is in the wee hours of the morning. The wee hours of the morning, watch to see if it starts to lose strength and then start to fall. And then by opening bell, it's, so, so here, I can take a screenshot of this. And then perhaps, let's see here. In case anyone new joins. Save that. Hold on a second. Okay. Just opening. It's not too shabby. Oh, look at that. Okay, 370.20 to get back in SMA 50s. Mm-hmm. Right. Yep. On the SMA 50s. Oh, you mean EMA 50? Yeah, let's just see. It's got 15 minutes to close. But also keep in mind, it's not just has to be decided in the trading hours. This is to be continued in extended hours, right? You could see it like run out of time in the trading hours, but extended hours also is quite revealing. So yeah, we'll have to see about this one. Yeah, let me. Smaller. Oops, well, maybe it doesn't go smaller. Okay, that's fine. That's good enough. Hold on, I'm responding to somebody else's message. Ding. Spy trader. So, okay, I need to listen. I'm staying out. So, here's the 5 minute for today. I wanted to keep that up so you guys can see it. Yeah, see, here's an example of 1213. That was a CPI. Yeah, CPI. But let's look at FOMC. FOMC is right there, right here. Cursor came down below the negative 13 level. Came down below the negative 13 level. And where the blue line is, see that? That's today. Same thing. At the end of the day, it makes an impulsive move up at the 0 line. But here, see that 1:50 a.m. in the wee hours of the morning collapse. So it looks like it's trying to recover during the waking hours. We'll just call it up to midnight. But then it just collapses. And then you make the next leg lower. You see that? So that's just 12, right? 12:14 or 12:15. 14. So let me show you. Sure, they're trying to LRF, but I'm showing you guys some patterns. Here is the 5 minute chart, right, of today. See, we came down, hit this blue line, which is the negative 13 line, but the negative 8 line on the 5 minute chart is like, that's bearish. You start going below that, that's bearish, okay? And we really went below it, hit the negative 13 line. So here's another example. See that? Coming down, hit the negative 11, but the fact is you hit negative 8. Made a big impulsive move up at the end of the day, like today. But then look at the MACD over time, overnight. The wee hours of the night, see that? And then you end up making a lower low. Now, in this case, see your starting point was here. Right here. Oh, we'll just call it right here. We'll call it right here. See that? Where'd you end up the next day? Even lower. Okay, now, however, in this case, that's a higher low on the MACD the next day. That does actually signal a bottom. That does signal a bottom. In this case, and I'm talking about 12.7 right now, okay? But in this case, we've been falling for how many days? See, look at this. I'm going back. See that? Yeah, we've been falling for 12.1. Many days, right? This is day 1 of the fall, not 5 days later. You see what I mean? So, sunshine. Yes. We're going lower tomorrow. I do believe. So, um, so yes. So I'm just showing examples of why why I think we're going lower. Of right here, for example, that I just showed. See, here's your low, but the next day you have an even lower low. And here's the exact same pattern that's playing out today. See that? Here's the pattern today. So today came down, hit this blue line, which is negative 13. Now, this is a 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart. Came down, hit the blue line, negative 13. But the negative 8 line is bearish. The negative 8 line is bearish. Okay? So you hit negative 13. That's even worse, right? Obviously. But notice how it tries to come up and makes an impulsive move up. That's exactly like this. Down past the negative 8 line. This is on 12.6. See that? 12.6. Down past the negative 8 line. It went all the way down to the negative 11 line. Not quite as far as negative 13, but still far. Makes the impulsive move up. Makes the impulsive move up. Like today. Only to end up even lower the next day. Because the MACD is still going to fade. It might look okay in the beginning of the earlier session in the evening, but in the wee hours of the night, just like tonight, this morning, it collapses. Yeah, see what I mean? So, so check this out. This example, it's been falling for 1, 2, 3 days prior to that, and we're still getting that. You see what I mean? So it had already been falling for 3 days, and you still get this pattern that looks almost identical to today. See what I'm saying? So, so yeah. So I mean, you're showing this pattern on day 1 of the fall. There's no way. And in this example on 12.6, this is like day 3, day 4 of the fall, and you're still showing that pattern and still making a lower low. But in this example, I'm actually showing you an example of the bottom, because this was the bottom, because you have a higher low on the MACD. See that? You have a higher low on the MACD. But I wouldn't count on that coming tomorrow. So yeah. That's why we're I don't think the PCE number is going to matter. Just because of, let me show you, just because of the extent of, let me zoom out if I can. Okay, see that? See this? This is today. Same like what you're seeing right down here. This is today. That is a lower low than that. And remember what I just showed you? I think it was on 12.6. I showed you a higher low because that was the bottom, but that was after it's been falling for 3 days. Right? But even after falling for 3 days, it still made this formation and made a lower low, but that was the bottom though, because the MACD was making a higher low. And now we are making fresh new lower lows today. From here compared to 12.19, 3 days ago. See what I mean? So I don't see a higher low coming tomorrow. So what you can expect here, let's oh, let's look at this 1 hour. Let's see what it's got to say about that. Okay, so I mean, here, okay, Here's the 1 hour right here. Zoom in a little bit. Earlier, when I did the video, it was like right here. So it has since curled. And see, notice how it stopped. Coincidentally, which I don't think is, coincidentally right at the -20 line that we've been drawing out. Right there. It's stopped and it's trying to curl. But what you can expect, I think, from futures tonight, futures are not going to be like, oh, it's going to be up. It's just going to be flat. So all that's going to do is kind of just flatten out, you know, flatten out the 1 hour, or maybe try to curl up a little bit, maybe. But I think you could expect in the wee hours of the night on the starting from the 5 minutes chart, it's going to collapse. The MACD will. Okay? And then when it does that, then the 1 hour will, even if it started to maybe kind of curl up a little bit, it's going to start to curl back down. See what I mean? It's going to curl back down when the 5 minute overnight starts to collapse. So, yeah, this move is the same impulsive move that I've shown you. Let's just go on and go back to okay, here's an impulsive move today. Okay, 12:16. Here's another impulsive move. Came down below the -8 line. Stopped at the -11 line. See that? Stopped at the -11 line. We stopped at the -13 blue line, but stopped at the -11 line. Impulsive move up. See that? Only to eventually, see, 2 a.m., 3:45, 5:45, early hours of the morning, it collapses. See that? It collapses. And you make lower lows. And once again, though, this is even after a fall. See what I mean? We are at the beginning. Yeah, this is fine. You think we're going down? Oh, that's what I've been saying. Decline? Yeah. See, these examples I've been showing you are after like 3 days of falling. This is day 1 of the fall. This is not day 3. This is day 1 of the fall. You guys see what I'm saying? So, here's another example. FOMC. 12:14. Boom, came down below -13, went to -15. Okay, let me zoom in. Here we go. Went to -15, make an impulsive move up, but what ultimately happens? Collapse. Right? See, 12:45, 2 a.m., here we go. Here we go again. 2 a.m., the wee hours of the night. That's exactly what happened this morning. 3:15 a.m., to be exact. It collapsed. Was from tax harvesting from the algos. Okay, tax harvesting, huh? Interesting. That's an interesting idea. Can you explain a little bit more on that one? LRF, well, that it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. Oh, hey, blessings. Welcome, welcome. Glad you can join us. Not sure how much you heard me explaining. I don't mind repeating because it's an important deal there. So, okay, let's see here. Let's go to something like this. What is this? What date is this? 12/1? Jeez. Okay. Okay, here's another good one. Here's another good one. Okay. So, usually when you see full red or green, it's algo driven. Oh, uh-huh. Oh, sure. Yeah, I don't doubt that one bit. Not one bit. Oh, look at that. Look at the 5 minutes chart there. I actually drew this out this morning. Was tweeting this out right here. This gray line is the 65-minute SMA 20 line, which corresponds to the December 20th SMA low. That's where I got it from. And I thought I tweeted it out that I thought it was going to try to track back to that. That's what it did. Came up, got rejected. Now look, it's trying to claim it. But all eyes on the 5-minute EMA 50 tonight in extended hours and futures. Let's see if it's really going to clear it. So far, you had one successful back test, but let's see if it's really going to do it. I have my doubts if it's going to hold it, or eventually it's just going to come down, stay on top for a little bit, and then fall through it. So, yeah, this one looks scary. I mean, how do you fall? What was Dow down today? What was the total? 400? Oh, 348. 348. Well, that's not bad. But at one time, it was like 600 something. I mean, how do you go from down 600, the same day, V bounce up and reclaim the EMA 50, and now you have a trend change the same day? You know, I mean, you no, you don't drop 600 points in a day, and then in the same day, but later on in the afternoon, get the trend change, and now you're going back up. So, yeah, I think it's something we're gonna have to see. I question whether this is going to be able to follow through in extended hours and futures tonight, all night, not just a couple hours in the evening. It's got to hold all night. So, which is Monday's close. Closing price 38.22. Oh, let's see. Where did we close at? Let's see. It's here. Let me hold on a second. Let me go back. See, here's the concern that I have. Okay, I bet, just looking at this randomly, I bet this is the bottom. Is this right? Let's have a look. Yes. That's the bottom. See? How did I know that? Because the MACD, you're making higher lows. Right there. Okay? Now, the issue with today is that's a lower low. That's a lower low. And you're making an impulsive move that I've shown in previous examples. Slow and control, not that they're selling, it's just the algo switched to off. Then when late shorts are in, algos are fired back up. Rise of the machines is what that is, right? So, LRF, I don't look so much at the close above. What's Monday's close? Right, 38.17. Um, I mean, what day is that? 19, right? Right. So I I look more of the intraday low. Like this clearly is an intraday low, lower than this back on the 20th. So we broke it. And I'm also seeing corresponding lower lows here. See that this is lower than this, that is lower than that. That tells us that tells us we've not bottomed. The MACD needs to make a higher low, and we don't see it yet. So I'm basically looking. Yeah, this whole thing was one giant leg up, one big move up. So I'm counting this as one big move down to complete it. I go back to the starting point. So yeah. So anyways, here. So okay, let me. Well, let's keep going back. Oops. Oh, come on. Okay. Here's another example. 11:15. Okay. So keep in mind, this is today. 5 minute. There's the -8 red line, -13 blue line. Probably should have wrote that in there. Here's the corresponding -8 red line, -13 blue line on 11:15, right? Over a month ago. What happened when we did this? Came down, kissed it, the blue line, impulsive move back up, right? We try to come up, make a valiant effort to come up, only to go down even lower the next day. Because in the wee hours of the night, the MACD, starting from 5:30 a.m. So, but it looks like futures were up, see, all the way up till 3:10 a.m. But it collapsed in the wee hours of the night. Now, yeah, and we made right. We're making lower lows. See, so today is the trigger. Today is day 1, day 2, day 3, right? Now let's see here. Day 2, day 3. That's a higher low. See, now you have a higher low. That marks a bottom. Beginning to end higher low. But how many days? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 3 days. 3 days. So today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, Monday. Right. I'm thinking the earliest you would have a chance to even recover, like try to bottom for real, is like Tuesday. That would be what whipsaw action in the near term. Well, that depends on the VIX. Now, let's see here. See, here's the 5-minute chart. This is interesting. Look at the VIX. That's interesting. So despite today, the VIX couldn't hold its EMA 50 either. See that? You failed it too. Controlled demolition indeed. Yeah, see, there you have it. That's the VIX right there. So let's just keep an eye on. Yeah, see, here we go. Extended hours is happening right now, as I'm talking in real time, and we shall see. So, let's just keep going through some examples here. See how far back this goes. Oh, ooh, hold on. Is that the end? Okay, that's as far back as it'll let me go. So, I guess I'll say, you know, whew. There. Oh, cool. Actually, this is a good one. Yes, this is CPI. Yeah, this is CPI. The September. Okay. Or is that right? Okay, so see this pattern? Doesn't that look real close to this one? Right? Fell below the red line, -8. Fell below the blue line. Now, yes, this is a good example. Okay, so let's see, what time is this? 12:30, basically midnight in extended hours. So makes an impulsive move up after a big fall, like today. Makes an impulsive move up. So it starts to fade. 9:45 p.m. Starts to fade. Starts to fade, fade, fade. But it makes a higher low. It makes a higher low. And in doing so, it goes up and then takes off. Yeah, this was in all of this during pre-markets. Not, see that big gap? There's no trading going on except for futures. So and there's still a chance, because this is the move we made today. Impulsive move up. Watch futures then. If you guys want to stay awake, I probably won't do it, but in the early hours. Not during the regular evening hours. I think evening hours is probably going to show something like that. So maybe slightly up. Something like that. The key is going to be, how far does it fall in extended early morning hours? The wee hour, like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. That's the key. Where does it stop, like in this scenario? So, yeah. Not that there's like, it's just, yep, TC, man, these guys. The only way that tomorrow will be a big move up is like what you're seeing right here. Tonight, futures probably has to go up to some extent, but then it's going to fall and make a higher low. You know, since we got core PCE tomorrow. Interesting. Yeah, see? See that? Look at this pattern here. What is this? 11.2. I don't remember 11.2. 11.2. I don't recall specifically anything about that day unique. But ultimately, you see, just like on 11.1, down to the -13 line. In fact, this one got down to -14 line. See that? impulsive move back up. Seems like it was steady in overnight, right? But you can start to see right here in the 5:40 a.m. Yeah, the wee hours of the morning. You can start to see it's really falling off. But then here's where I think the algos kick in. Just boom, surge it, only to dump it. See what I mean? The MACD was already falling off, right? It's not getting stronger, it's falling off. What number is the bottom red line, man? Oh, this one here? -8. -8. This equivalent, this is the 5-minute chart. So that's important too. I'm talking about on the 5-minute chart, you look for the -8 as bearish. You start going below that, that's a problem. Today, that blue line is -13 on the 5-minute chart. That's what happened today. And I'm just going back in time now and showing you guys this when the same pattern shows like this. Usually you're going down the next day, and in this case, the next day after that. See what I mean? So if this was Thursday, that's Friday, that's Monday. So until 9 a.m. So the only possibility is you have a very good. Oh, until the next morning. Right. It would have to. Yeah, it would have to really. Boy. If okay, let me. What was that? Wait, hold on a second. 11:2. Let me show you. Let me try to. Is this it? Okay, no, that's not what I'm. Oh, this is when Jay Powell mic dropped everybody. I remember this. It was so bad, so bad. Right. It basically what you're saying until 9:30 a.m. Okay, here's an example. Oh, this is perfect actually. Perfect. Okay, see this? Okay, so here's today. Went down to -13. Tried to come up. Went down to -13. Makes an impulsive move up, right? Impulsive move up. Now, and look what extended hours look like. Oh, yeah, this is extended hours. See that? This is in between trading days. Down, 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 down. And even trading days, it got even worse. See that? Trading day, it was just waterfall. But it closed right at -8. And look what it did in extended hours after that. Up and stayed at the 0 line. Didn't fade. Then you had a big move. This was CPI. Yeah, CPI. See, so this gives signs that the futures market knows what's coming. See that? Even though it faded in extended hours or in the early morning pre-market hours, it stopped. See that? It stopped right at -8. And then it went up. What time did it go up? Oh, this is extended hours right here. 4:15 right here, evening hours. It went up and stayed at the 0 line. It didn't fade coming into CPI. It stayed at the 0 line the whole time. That's what you were just saying just now, saying you need to have extended hours chart until 9:30 a.m. Right. Yeah. I think so. Because when you stay at the 0 line the whole night, that's what causes the price action to kind of go up a little bit. A little bit. It means you have the momentum. So yeah, you would look for something like this. Look for something like this. That's on 11.9. Yeah, 11.9. Yeah. So, but if you don't, but I can give you a bunch of other examples that what is like this right here. Identical again. -13, blue line. Hit the blue line. Impulsive move up, right? extended hours looked good for a while. It peaked at 3:25 a.m. But then look what happens: collapse, 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 collapse. Okay. Um, whereas the example you just saw, it held steady. The night before CPI, it didn't collapse. It just held steady. Yeah, that's how you know the markets are anticipating a favorable number. But when you see it start to collapse like this, oh, that's not good. See, this collapsed. Actually, this was collapsing into the trading day. See, this is 10:35 a.m. Yeah, see, but then it dipped. Okay, here's a good example. It comes down, tries to make that impulsive move back up, makes it look like it's going to do something, but at 2 a.m. collapse. So, see what I mean? When the MACD tries to come up and do this on the 5-minute chart, it's supposed to do that. That's its job. It's trying to get back to the zero line. But there's just a grace period. You have a grace period. Once you start to get down to these levels, like we did today, like this, it's a lot of damage. And it takes at least 2 trading days. 1, 2. At least 2. Sometimes 3. 3, maybe even 4. Depends on how much damage was done. Yeah, see, in this case, it took... So the damage was done. 1, 2. Lower, lower. Higher. Yeah. Okay, wait. Damage. 1, 2. Okay, third day was higher. But it took two days of falling. 2 days of yeah. 1, 2. Right. So if today's Thursday, the damage was done on Thursday, Friday, Monday. So I think you could maybe even think about getting calls on Monday. So, but again, if futures looks like it's actually going up and stays up the whole night, well, we'll see what happens there. Let me click refresh here. Yes. Yeah, I hope that all this stuff. Yeah, see, I mean, it's like, really? I mean, how do you go down 600 points and then just jump back? We'll see, guys. Like I said, it's actually playing out real time right now on my screen. See, it's right at that 65 SMA 20. Right there. See that? It hit it as resistance earlier, came back, overtook it. Now it's back testing on it. Now it's sitting on top of it. So 65-minute SMA 20 on the 20th, 2 days ago. Excuse me for yawning. So something funny. Okay. So that's the 5-minute chart. Let's check out let's check out what's going on the 1 hour. See what that looks like now. Oh, you sucker. Okay, so you sucker. Okay. But keep in mind, okay, when I did the video earlier, clearly the red line was like right here. I was like, oh no. It looks like it's bouncing, but if you look at, see that? It's got a slight curl to it. See what I mean? That means you could do something like this. They keep going down, right? You're not doing like that. If you were that strong, here's a good one. Yeah, if you were that strong, I would think you're gonna have a look that's more like just straight. You don't need to be curling like that. It's just straight. If you really have the strength, like this. See that? Up, boop, up, up. But instead, you're giving us this look right now. See what I mean? Okay, let's switch over to the 4 hour. See what you got to say. Okay, well, thanks for joining, Blessings. It was a pleasure briefly chatting, sharing information. So, yep, it's cold over here too, unfortunately. It's pretty bad. Stay safe. Stay safe. Okay. All right, you guys. Here's what concerns me the most. That's the 4 hour. 4 hour MACD has now separated. Separated from the signal line. When you're on this big of a time frame, anytime you get crossover and separation, you get crossover, guess what? The trend continues. Here, there, 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 see, there, there, there. So, boy, this case, it tried to curl, but even then it couldn't do it. So, whoa, negative. You must be in like Alaska or something. Negative 37. Whoa. Ooh. No thanks. I mean, it's cold today. It's actually like negative 3 right now. That's cold for us. But okay. But I mean, you guys see what I'm saying here? See that? Every time you get separation, it will continue. On the 4 hour chart like this, that's too big of a time frame. It can't just reverse, right? It's like trying to make a freight train do a hard right quickly. Like, no, that's not how that works. Right? You're just gonna go a certain direction for a while. No hard right turns or left turns. And so that's what concerns me about what I see on the MACD crossing over. I mean, it had literally on a dime. This was last night when I was doing the video last night. I was like, oh, it's almost there. It's almost there. Yeah, 11 p.m. So it's even earlier than that. It was like we'll just call it like right around here. Something like that. Right around here. Right? This was last night. Looking promising, but it literally, see that? No coincidence at all. Hit the zero line, boom, promptly rejected, and now it's crossing below the signal line. So, on the MACD, if I have, as I've just shown you examples, I can't see how, how tomorrow the number is going to change the trajectory. So, so yeah, no, this guy right here proved to be insurmountable. Couldn't take it. 3 a.m. Yeah, it was 3:15 a.m. 3:15 a.m. right here, this big red candle, and that was it. That was it. So, and see, and this is what concerns me today. Look at that. We wicked way lower than a couple days ago. That's what I mean by you're making lower lows. So, let me check the daily. What's going on here with the daily? Check that out. Yeah. Oof. big giant wick. Hmm. Yeah, it's a big, big wick. Here, hold on. Just so I can bring that over here. Just another chart that I have up on my screen. Yeah, let me kind of zoom in. That's the channel. This is SPY, not futures. Oh, what was this dash line? I think I was just drawing it to see if I could establish where it was going to bottom at. Yeah, that's all that was. That's all that is there. That's really not, doesn't mean much. But, ha ha ha. We went below the channel, and then now we closed above the channel. We're back in the channel for SPY. Let me, hold on. Let me, I don't know. Big fall, big move. Technically, you're still in the channel. But you know what, though? SPY futures? SPY futures is not in the channel. It's outside of the channel. So, because there it is right there. 4-hour chart. Yeah. Woohoo. See, it came up, got rejected, came down, trying to push back up. Boy. So now my thought is, yeah. Well, yeah, there's the wick right there, clearly. But then in this 4-hour candle, you got a big wick down here. See that? I think here's the channel bottom. It's going to maybe try to make another valiant effort that I think that channel is going to serve as resistance. So I mean, to be continued, but what really concerns me is you now have on the 4-hour MACD right here, MACD crossover below the signal line. I've yet to see the following day cross back up. Yeah, I've yet to see that. Especially after a significant decline like this. So, oof. Yep. I don't know. It's just not encouraging right now. See, that's why I was hoping, I mentioned in, I think it was last night's video. I just said, what does it mean when it's crossing that line, sir? Oh, okay. When the red crosses below or above, depending on what you're talking about, it just means you have now lost momentum. It means it's lost. And it depends on your proximity, wherever the crossing happens. See, in this example, this crossing happens above the 0 line. So let's check this out. Oops. Oh, don't want to do that. There we go. If I don't move that line, I think it was right there. Yeah, it was right there. Okay. So Yeah, in general, when it crosses below, but you're still above the zero line, like in this example, typically at that moment, the drop is not significant because you're still above the zero line. See that? You're still above the zero line. It's not a significant drop. It's more, I call that a more like a dip. It'll be more like a dip. But as soon as you cross below the zero line and the red line crosses below the green signal line and you're below the zero line, why don't I put my cursor right here? Look what happens. That's a big red candle. See that? Look straight up. Right here. See that? See that? That's where it joins. Right at the zero. That's a big red candle. So when the red line crosses below the green line, but you're still above zero, you're gonna get more likely just a dip. But when the red line crosses below the green line and you're below the zero line, that's a fall. That's a pretty significant move down. Okay? Just like right here. Here, this red the red MACD line, it just kissed the zero line. It didn't even quite kiss it. It went to negative 0.56. But it got rejected. It came down. And look at the fall. It's significant. Because you're below the zero line. You're below the zero line. It's significant. Right? So, as opposed to this example, see that? The moment it crossed right here, see that? This is not a significant. See that? It's kind of going down right here. See that? It's not bad. But now you start separating even further from the green line like this. Oh yeah. The candle. Notice the candle's getting bigger and bigger, especially here. See what I mean? I mean, it's just downhill from there, right? It's just all down there from there. On the MACD when the line crossed. What does that mean? Yeah, again, it just means if it's crossing to the downside, it means you can expect more downside to come. Because once the moment it crosses, that's the beginning of, in this case, in this example, that is the beginning of a downtrend, a down move, a downward move. But in this example, see that? It crosses to the opposite, to the upside. This is the beginning of an upward move, right? Right here. So that's the beginning of an upward move when it crosses to the upside. This is the beginning of a downward move when it crosses to the downside. So, what we have, let's go back to it right here today, is a cross to the downside, and you're below the zero line. That's why I'm thinking more downside is to come. Because the 4-hour MACD that you're looking at right now does not just flip on a dime and go back up. It just doesn't do that. See, like this one, 10, 12, 9. See how many hours it takes to, let's see, 11 a.m., 11 p.m. See, that's 12 hours. That's 12 hours just to, like, even try to start to flatten out, right? So that's why I'm saying it's not just like, oh, a couple hours, it'll go back up. So the 4-hour MACD it's just basically a smooth line. See that? It's just smooth, right? You don't see jagged. Well, you see a little bit there. But overall, it's just a smooth line. So you can just count on, that's how the data is going to flow there. So that's why it concerns me when I see that. Like, oh no. That you can basically expect continuation, like, down. So Yeah, okay, see. Wow. See that? Look at lower lows, lower highs. So now the question is, what happened today, though, is different than all of these other peaks. Because all of these other peaks are above the zero line. Today is not. Today is not. So, there are only two possibilities. Yep. Yeah, we've been trading better since watching your channel. Thanks, Brad. But still, it's obviously I didn't call today's action. So I was like, all I did was just warn you guys that we had a critical resistance last night, and we hit it all right there. We smacked it and got profoundly rejected. So yeah, we got smacked right there at that what I was talking about last night. It was just boom. But okay, so back to the MACD. There's only one of two possibilities here. Let me zoom out. There's only one of two possibilities. Okay, notice this. These peaks are above the zero line. That's above the zero line. That's above the zero line. That's above, right? This is below. So clearly that's lower low, lower low, lower low, right? Boy. There is still one possibility. And we're just going to have to see how this data plays out. Where does this leg stop? Will it make a lower low like it did here, 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 and here? Or will it make a higher low, and there's your notch? Which means that's the bottom. See what I mean? Yeah. That's the question now. But clearly, yeah. Boy, I really thought this one was going to go past that zero line. I really thought it was. But you notice, this is no coincidence, guys. You notice how it got soundly rejected at, yep, you're welcome, sunshine. It got soundly rejected at the zero line. And guess what? That happens to coincide with the SMA 20 line. You see that? I mean, that's, it's perfect symmetry. You got rejected at the zero line. You got rejected at the weekly SMA 20 line also. See what I mean? Yeah. It's just a bummer that it couldn't take it. It could not overtake it in overnight. I mean, it peeked its head above it, but then it just said nope. Basically failed the back test. It did on a 5-minute here. Let me see. Just the 5? Yeah. That's the 5. Let's zoom on out here. Let's go over here. Wait a second. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, this is right. Yeah. Oh, this is last night. It was right up there at the line all night long, but this is the last time. One more surge up and then boom, that's it. 3:15 a.m. So yeah, Brad, I'm glad you can have some more tools to place better trades, The perils of holding trades over to the next day, though, as you see. Yesterday would have been perfect to just take whatever profits you had, just take it off the table, right? Depends on what you're looking for. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know when, Brad. I'm answering your question. I don't know when you joined, whether you saw what I was presenting. Well, these patterns on the 5-minute chart. I haven't done that in previous videos, but I was doing that earlier. Um, uh, there's here I can let me show you. Okay, that's today. Okay, here's a good example. Yeah, see that? So, here we go. Here we go. This is 12/14. Just last week. It was on that was FOMC. This is FOMC. So, okay, here we go. This is today. This is today's action. Notice how big move down. Came down. This is the 5-minute chart. This is the 5-minute chart. 5 minutes chart. This is the -8 line. That's on the 5 minutes chart. That's what I've designated as bearish. So today, not only did we go down below -8, we went down to -13. That's the blue line. And here you go. Here you go. Here's the blue line right here, right there on the real-time chart. This is day one of a big fall. This is not like day 2, day 3, day 4, right? So, oh, you're shorting. You're all in. Okay. Tomorrow's action will be determined. Yeah, actually, I think unless futures tonight wants to give us a curveball and look and not fade, if futures tonight, like all night, stays at the 0 line on the 5-minute chart all night and even all morning, then that means it's going to be a low core PCE coming out. So, it's going to be a low core PCE because the markets already know what's coming. But if the futures market shows that it's starting to fade in the wee hours of the night and doesn't really come back, like it doesn't even like try, it just fades heading into core PCE, then it already knew it's going to be a high number. So yeah, 4.7. Yeah, I think it's, yep. Right. So, so you're all in SPXS, shorting it. Yep. So, anyways, here's an example of an identical pattern of here's today, and here's FOMC 12/14. See how it comes down, big move down, big move down. This went past the blue line, -13 line, makes an impulsive move back up, right? And now you're in extended hours, right here. You're in extended hours. But in the wee hours of the night, 1:20 a.m. to be exact, you collapse. So, and this is day one of a big fall, a big move down, just like this, day one. If futures tonight at any time, especially in the wee hours of the night, shows weakness, that's going to go down. I think that's it. You already have your answer as to what core PCE is going to do. It's going to come in hot because the markets already knew. You know, I think the markets already know. So, speaking of which, let me see here. Let's go to, okay. Yeah. Yeah, as of 9:30. You guys see this? This is this morning, or last night this morning. So even though the price action on futures was pretty much, even the whole night, then did some fading. Look what the MACD was doing. Down, 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 down. and then waterfall. See? So the MACD was already going down. Just hold on, maybe going back too far. Is this it? Yes, this is the same thing. This is when news from Japan came out. This is what happened. What futures was doing. It looked like, oh, it was going up. Look at that. This is the bottom of the channel. Bottom of the channel. But what was the MACD doing before the news came out? Down, 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 dump. See that? So, that's why I say, watch the MACD tomorrow morning before Core PC comes out. If it's just kind of fading and going down, that's going to be a bad number. That's just the way it is. It already knows. It already knows what it's going to do. Just like it already knew before Japan, the Japanese news came out. And as you just saw, you know, before that GDP number even came out, it was already looking to tuck tail and run. Right here. Right there. See that? Good old MACD. So. So, yeah. I mean, okay. So, yeah. See, this is a good example. Impulsive move. Right here. Right? Went down way below the bearish line, -8 on the 5 minute chart. Make a huge impulsive move up. But you know what I find these impulsive moves do? Like this one. Like this one. I call this an impulsive move. All that does, time and time again, is you make a big move up, but then you just fade down. Time and time again, I see that. You know, here, let me show you, like, okay, here's a good one. Up, but then you fade. See that? I mean, it looks like, oh, I'm making some big moves. But all you're doing was just, it's like like in boxing, you just try to go for the knockout punch and you didn't get it. So now you're fading. You know, you can't knock them out in the first 3 rounds. And now you're fading in the later rounds. Right? Something like that. So, no retreat. Right now? Yep. Oh, sure. Okay, so I would expect that actually. Okay, let's see here. I expect that. Rock solid, no retreat. Right. Because you're still kind of in this phase. Right? But then what happens when the party's over? And now you are on the backslide. How far are you going to fall down? So, you know, I'm going to say yes to your question, LRF, because we're at day 1. We're at day 1 of a big fall. If we were on like day 2 or day 3, I think we would be having a different conversation. But okay, see this? This is today's MACD. This is a lower low than that. The let's see, hold on. He thinks market's going up. Wait. No, he's all in on SPXS. So he's all in on the shorting. He thinks it's going to go down. Yeah, SPXS is shorting. So he's all in on that. He thinks it's going to go down. Yep. So. Okay, so, boy. the issue that I have is because we made intraday lows, right? Now here's where I'd like to get your guys' perspective. You know, anybody can please chime in. When you're talking about making higher lows or lower lows, I'm talking about the low, not where the candle closed low, but the wick low, right? That's how I define when you say higher lows, lower lows. I'm talking about the wick, not the candle body, right? So even though we closed a bit up, the wick low went lower than, you know, on the 20th. So um, that's how I count it. That's probably conservative way to do it, but that's what I do. So, boy, I mean, for the markets to have any shot tonight, futures is going to have to. It's going to have to go. What it's going to do, it's going to go up, but naturally it's going to come down. It's not going to just stay up there like that. That's crazy. You're not going to stay up there. You're going to come down. But the whole night and into tomorrow morning, futures needs to basically stay at this zero line the whole time. You can't be doing stuff like this. Down, 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 down. No, no. You've got to some way or another in the wee hours of the night and into pre-markets, you've got to be at the zero line coming into core PCE. You know, if you do if that pattern holds, you're at the zero line coming into core PCE. That's actually the markets know it's going to be a low number. It's going to be favorable, right? It's going to be favorable. But as I've just shown you guys, like right here, look what the market's doing overnight. See, overnight it looked like it was holding steady. This last night and this morning. See that? Looked like, oh, this is pretty steady. But all the while the MACD's fading. And then when the GDP numbers came out, drop. So it already knew. Right? Just like, and here we are again. Is it this one? Here we go. News from Japan. Before the news came out, it looked like, oh, well, actually, futures are actually going up. Slightly up. But all the while, what was the MACD doing? Down, drop. So 2 times now. GDP today, and what day was this? 19th? Yeah, 19th. 19th, that night, news from Japan came out. Markets already knew. And what sucks is, unless you guys are trading futures or doing extended hours trading, but even extended hours trading, I think it closes at a certain time, right? I don't do it, so I don't know, but there's nothing any of us can do about it. It just happens. It just happens. And then you wake up, you're like, oh, crap. That's if you're holding stuff overnight. That's if you're holding stuff over. Yeah. So, yep. So, yeah, there you have it. That's basically, let's see. See what these guys got to say. Oh, okay, well, it's holding. It's holding right there. You sucker. I don't know. You guys can let me know what you guys think about how it's all going to come out tomorrow on Core PCE. My answer is, well, the MACD is going to tell you before then, but by that time, unless you've got your trades in ahead of time. You know, you won't know what the MACD is going to tell you. So, but again, day one after taking this kind of damage, and what I showed you guys on the 4-hour chart right here. That's not good. I don't want to see that. 4-hour MACD cross below the signal line. Right? That's not encouraging. Because you really don't find it reversing and then just ripping up the next day. Right? You're going to get a continuation. So run it down before earnings and then go up and and then up or up into declining earnings to crash it, right? Yep. I mean, hey, have you guys did you guys hear of, or maybe I read it somewhere, you know, Jay Powell and those guys are actually manipulating the unemployment numbers to fit their narratives. Unemployment is actually way worse than what they're reporting, but yet they're reporting that it's still unemployment. Employment, not unemployment. Employment is still high. Unemployment claims are low. So that's to justify their continued rate hikes. I wouldn't doubt that one bit. That makes you wonder about anything that's reported. GDP numbers, right? Core PCE, right? So, I don't know. Ugh. Can't predict those guys. Right. Yeah, I don't believe it either. So, yep. There you have it. I don't know. SMA 20 right there. Look at that. It's tracking to that one. I got that from off the screen. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, that's where I got it from. This morning I was checking it out. I was like, I bet it's... I did not expect it to go way down past the 65-minute SMA 20 though. But I thought it was going to track to it. I drew it way earlier in the day, but I didn't expect it to go way down past it like that. It's like, oh no. So, who thinks inflation is only 7? Right. Yeah, I think it's double digits, actually. I think it's double. Yeah. Can't believe it. Well, you can't believe them, but what can you do about it, right? What are you going to do about it? So, so yeah, you see, guys, it all depends on, here's SPY. SPY 65, the 1 hour. See this? This, yeah, we'll just have to see. It could quite easily just flatten out and curl back down, as it could obviously go up. You know, the one thing that you can maybe hang your hat on, yeah, I would say that's bullish, is this pivot point, provided it doesn't curl back down. If it curls down, then that's not a pivot point. But if it curls up, then that's a pivot point. See what I'm saying? But you can't make that call right now when you have such wide separation between the MACD and the signal line right now. This obviously is higher than like down here, the starting point, right? That's obviously higher. And this is lower than that. That's bullish. But you don't have confirmation that this here is actually a pivot point until you just gotta let more. It's a pivot point only when the red MACD line crosses the signal line, the green signal line. Then it's a pivot point. But until then, nope. Nope. You can't say it. It looks like it wants to do it, but you can't say. See what I mean? If it turns out to be a pivot point, and I think tomorrow's core PCE number would be such thing that would cause this red line to just rocket up, then you have a higher low pivot point between here and here. And that's a lower low here compared to there, and now you have your now you have a bottom. That's the bottom. See what I mean? So, yep. Yeah, as of right now, it's impossible to say what it's going to do. Just all speculation. So, I mean, do you guys have any other questions? I really don't like to see this pattern on the 5-minute chart on day one of a fall. I just don't. Usually you're going to have follow through. You're going to have a follow through day. More than one day. Usually two full trading days of follow downward fall. When you have a move like this. So, right, yeah. I just don't think that it's very rare that when you look at the 5-minute charts for patterns like this, that the next day it just rips. You know what I mean? It's pretty rare. So, do we gonna have others? Have others wolf lives? Do we have others? Might explain that, clarify that question. So, let me see here. So futures is holding strong there, TC, is that what you said? Right? Oh no, I want to go to this one here. That's the 1 hour. Oh, it's 4 hours, sorry. Yeah, see. I mean, it looks like it wants to pivot, but you don't have a pivot until you have crossover like that. You do not have a pivot because that could curl down also. So everything depends on futures tonight. What happens on futures? Whatever happens, just keep your eye on the 1 hour. Is it actually crossing, or is it it gets close and then it starts to curl back down? Right? So, oh yeah, George Gammon. Yeah, I listen to him too. He explains things in 3 easy steps. Yeah, the bullwhip. Yeah, the bullwhip effect. Lay off to. Yeah. Yeah, George Gammon, he's good. He tries to tell it how it is. He's better than the other guy. What's his name? Is it Joe Manganero? I can't remember exactly. I listen to him maybe occasionally. His thumbnails are always that he's been banned. YouTube banned him. So he has a little bit of, oh, not a little bit, but a lot of color in his commentary. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about the pattern so far. Watch futures, see what happens. Wake up in the morning, check out the 1 hour, see what the MACD's doing relative to the green signal line. See what's going on. Does it cross? Or is it flattening out and not quite crossing? You see, it's going to be telling. That I don't know what's going to happen. But I don't know. This pattern we saw today is not good. I really cannot find an example of a following day big bounce after a big drop like this so far, and you know what I mean. I just can't find one. So, yeah, that's why I don't. We'll see. I don't know. I could be surprised though, but we will see. And secondly, so you see this point right here, this point, and this point. Obviously, this is lower than that. That's a lower low, right? Clearly, in terms of intraday lows. This is your launch point, and this is your end point. That's a lower low too. See what I mean? When they're both doing the same thing, that's not suggestive of a bottom, right? You need something like, so this and this is lower low, right? That and that, that and that. But that's a higher low. See that? And you got takeoff after that. See what I'm saying? So this is higher than this. This is lower than that. But you got takeoff. So that I get. That's bullish. Because this is bullish divergence. This is higher than that, right? So that is lower than that. That is lower than that. That's not bullish. That's just convergence. So that's another reason why I'm like, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna get a bounce tomorrow. So 11:10. 11:10. Okay, yeah, 11:10. Let's go to 11:10. 11:10. I think I know what you're talking about. Is this it? Okay. However, that, see, yeah, I know what you're talking about. This is 11:10 right here, 11:10. That is higher than that. And the price also is higher than that. So you had it on both sides. You actually had very bullish higher lows. Here and there. Here and there. And overnight, look what futures was doing. So you had higher lows on the price and on the MACD, and overnight, it's just going up. Up, 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 boom. So it had like all the positive signals. See what I'm saying? All right. Thanks, Brad. See you later. Thanks for joining. Much appreciated. Thank you. So yeah, 11:10 though is different because that was making higher lows at close. This, unfortunately, is not. So, see, in the mountain or in the valley? Yeah. We're in the swamp. So, I mean, I'm probably gonna take off soon too, but I think I've explained a lot today and clarified things. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. So yeah, I could probably adjourn this live stream too. I think we're good. Mountain or Valley, man, one way or another it's gonna come. One way or another, I'll be damned. So, all right, guys, I'll probably cut this one loose. Thanks for joining, everybody. Hope you guys got something out of it. So, we will talk to you guys again probably tomorrow. You know, I already did my video intraday, what I think it's gonna do. So let's just see what becomes of tomorrow. So, all right, guys, I will adjourn this particular live stream, and then we can talk again tomorrow. Yeah, yep, you bet, guys. Yeah, it did bust the rally. Yeah, it sure did, didn't it? It did. Wasn't the MACD's fault. You gotta blame the market makers there. But yep, it told the answer in the MACD tonight, and as you see on the screen, it told the answer back on 12/19, 3 nights ago. It was going down before the Japanese news even came out. Exactly what it did last night before GDP came out. It was already going down. So that's a bummer. So next time we'll just have to take profits that same day and don't hold anything over, right? That's usually how it goes. If you're a day trader, don't hold anything over. So, okay, well, we will talk again soon. Thanks for joining again. All right. Talk to you later.